Hello and welcome. My name is Brendan Wendell, Chartered Market Technician, and I'm going to take a look at some of the more popular cryptocurrencies from a technical standpoint, just kind of see what's going on here. And it looks as though on the weekly chart here, we're starting off with Bitcoin. We're pretty much moving sideways, but notice all the topping tails in these candles. That's extremely bearish. So while we've had some decent moves, about 2 weeks ago we moved back up to 45,000, then we've dropped right back down to 38,000. We seem to be much more comfortable in that high 30s area, and we'll see if that's going to continue or if we're going to eventually push lower down towards ultimate demand down here, roughly 19,000 or even 18,000, unfortunately. So we'll see what happens with that. We're dropping down to the daily time frame right now. And you can see the consolidation. We're making lower highs, but also slightly higher lows. So if we want to go ahead and put some lines around this, you can see it's consolidation. I guess I can use that. There you go. And if you were to send that out, you see a big symmetrical triangle, basically. So it's just consolidating. And that doesn't give us a whole lot of opportunity because, prices aren't going anywhere. Eventually, though, they should break out of this consolidation. That's typically what happens is you consolidate and then break out. Now, the breakout usually occurs in the same direction you entered. We entered in a downward move before we went sideways. Therefore, your higher probability is you'll break to the downside. So keep an eye out for that. It could send us much, much lower. Looking at this daily time frame, let's see if we've got any kind of demand nearby here. And it looks as though we're just above it right now. You can see we've got a rally base rally area of demand at 32,607, 31,722. And if we happen to go below that, because it is pretty close by, that would take us down to this next level demand of 23,828. And then ultimately, we've got another area of demand. That's pretty much it. 17,572, 19,342. So lots of bearish pressure pushing down on Bitcoin right now, and probably most of the cryptos, to be honest with you. So dropping down from the daily to the 4-hour time frame, let's see what we got going on there. And let me clean this up a little bit. We don't really need that. Oh, we keep the trend line though. Let's see if I can fine tune that a little better. There we go. 1, 2, 3 touches is confirmed. So we got a slight uptrend, but it's not likely to last. And basically what we've done is we had this area of supply. We had several areas. This one was the one that worked. As you can see, drop, base, drop ended up working. Couldn't make a new low because we had too much bullish momentum as we came into that supply. Right now we're just going sideways, consolidating, looking like we're getting ready to drop again. But again, we moved in from the downward direction into consolidation. Usually break the same way. You just got to be patient, wait to see if you can break the trend line. So taking this down from the 4-hour to the 60 minutes, see if there's anything else going on in here. We do have overhead supply. One right there, one a little bit closer. Actually, no, that doesn't qualify. Yeah, this green candle, all of these candles would have to be part of that, and it's just not. So one of two ways of trading this. One would be you sell short at 40,600 with a stop above 41,000 basically, or you trade the breakdown. I don't like breakdowns myself. I usually wait for the retest after the breakdown. So I wait for closes below the trend line, trade the retest. But either way, you're just looking at bearishness going on right now in crypto, or sorry, in Bitcoin. That could take us down to 32,607. Immediately, though, there's a little bit of buying pressure, I think, that comes in. Nope, not right there. Just trying to figure out if there's a demand zone that might halt us along the way before we hit that 32.6. There's nothing right there either. Matter of fact, you drop, base, rally. It's a little weak. There might be a little bit of demand, drop, base, rally at 34,907, 35,488 before we hit at 32,607. I don't really see anything else. Maybe another little area here. Not so little. Drop. Nope, doesn't work. As a matter of fact, not all the candles close in the right position. So that's all we got. Basically, again, we're looking at either the breakdown from the trend that we have, targeting 35,488 and then 32,607, or if we rally up, there might be an opportunity short at 4,600. Moving over to Ethereum, we'll go ahead and clean up my chart here and start off looking at big picture, weekly. Fix that. There we go. And overall, same thing. We got consolidation happening after a downward move in price. Dropping to the daily time frame. Well, we have rally-based drop area supply right here. Okay. And we made lower highs, obviously, and we initially made lower low. Now we're having trouble making the lower low because we're in consolidation. But overall, still seeing bearish activity. Once again, I can put in that trend line. There we are. And we can go ahead and take a look back to see if there's any demand nearby. That doesn't work. This one does. Got a little bit of demand here at 2045, 1945. If we're able to break through that area, however, I don't really see anything great right in here. This has all been tested. And what I mean by that is this would have been a zone, but we've been to that area before. Actually, it would be this whole thing. Drop, base, rally. And you can argue that that's not fresh. It's just simply a retest of a prior area. So in going forward here, you can see that upper area has been tested a couple times. Yeah. Right through there, it's tested a bunch of times. Still might have some buying pressure though. So keep an eye out for it. And let's see, do we have anything else below? Another little demand right here. We did kind of pierce that on the move down. That's what I'm looking at right now. We had the possibility, as we did before, on this daily chart to bounce off supply or break the trend line. And then we have some targets on the downside there. Dropping down into the 4-hour time frame. See if any changes. Let me refresh this. And we do have a little bit lower of a zone here. We have, nope, that doesn't work. I was thinking there was drop-based drop, but it really doesn't work. It doesn't qualify. So the nearest supply is this. Drop, base, drop. 2816, 2848. Or again, the drop right here. So that's what I'm seeing. XRP, I think last week was a little more bullish. You see a big run to the upside here on the 4-hour time frame. Let me go to the weekly first. And same problem though, consolidation. We got higher lows but lower highs right now. You can almost draw a trend line on both sides. And that gives you your consolidation I was talking about. And that usually breaks downward if you entered in a downward move. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here. Going to the daily time frame. Well, pretty much same picture. Nothing's really changed. Except we need to fine tune this just a little bit there. There we go. And the same thing here. A little bit better lines. But overall, just seeing that consolidation and potential for it to break down. Now, if we are looking for some demand zones for targets, we have to look back in time to see what we might have. Not seeing anything great that jumps out at me here. Until this. Drop, base, and rally. That was not the best of rallies because we had trouble breaking the prior high, as you can see. But there is a bit of demand. I would use it as a target not to go long though. It's a 26,187 to 24,705. And as far as any other targets below that, well, I don't really see anything right nearby. And that's what I'm seeing so far in XRP. Again, a breakdown in the consolidation. We can even try to go to a 4-hour chart and see there's not really much else there. Just got to be patient, wait for the breakout. With Cardano, we kind of bounced off some supply already, so we're seeing lots of bearishness. Again, I'll go out to the weekly chart first, work my way down. You see this is just on a tear to the downside. It's trying to get as cheap as it can, as fast as possible. And it's running. So we have a little bit of demand possibly at 39, but we're at 81 right now. That's a long way off. Going to the daily time frame, it's not even consolidation, it's just downward movement. So maybe a little bit of flattening out right now. We've got perhaps a descending triangle, but nonetheless, this is a very bearish signal. And there's no reason for it to bounce. There's nothing here. So a lot of weakness in crypto altogether so far is what I'm seeing. I don't see any kind of shining stars at all. Kind of ignore that one bad data point, unless it really was real that we had that much of a move. But I'm suspicious of it. Anyway, you've got this rally-based rally at 44 cents for your next target. That's where I'd be seeing this going. If we can break out of the 77 cents, we got a good 30 cents move to the downside, roughly. Solana, see what's going on there. Again, on the weekly chart, just diving down towards that $29, which is where we got demand. There's nothing else along the way on the big picture here, the weekly. We're not going to reach that overnight, but 29.51. Look at the daily chart, and not much. Nothing going on here. We hit this rally-based drop as supply and turned down very nicely. See, it tried to overshoot it a little, but didn't really do much. It went down anyway. We didn't have enough momentum to sustain the move upwards. That's what you need. So going on this daily time frame, let's see if there's any kind of demand nearby that we could target. Well, we are at something. We have drop-based rally that we're sitting at right now. Doesn't look like it's going to hold long term, however, and we should be able to push back down towards the 29 level with a little pause first at 44. And the current price. There we go. So we're coming down to this demand. I don't really have any overhead supply that works very well. This has been tested. So I might have to go to a lower time frame to see something. And if I go to the 4-hour chart, clean that up. Already used. This looks like it might have been a good zone, but really it's not. That's a retest of the prior area right here. And the only one that's fresh would give us a new high, so that's not likely to happen for the downtrend. I would just be patient, wait to see if something new forms. Even on the 60-minute, I'm not seeing anything right away. No, it doesn't look great right here. Got this rally base drop. And that's close by. That's about it. There's another zone overhead, but we'd have to break out of our sideways consolidation that we're in right here. So I'm thinking the 82.11 to 83.37 is a lot better as an entry point. And unfortunately, we don't have a lot of room to go. We got enough, 74.88 for potential profit. Polkadot, I think yesterday was doing much, much better. If I go down to the 1 week chart. And again, just same kind of chart, it's diving down in price. We're starting to flatten out as we're getting closer and closer to weekly demand. Right here with Polkadot, you can see we kissed that demand zone at 14.07, just did a little bounce. Looks like we're coming back down to retest it again. Not sure if it'll bounce or if it'll end up going sideways, but still not seeing any reason to buy these currencies. You can see that we've got rally, base, and drop for supply. That's already been tested. So if we can actually break through, we got a higher low, potentially a higher high. That may change the trend to bullish here on the daily chart. We also need to get above 60 on the RSI. If we come into that supply again for the second time, but we can't get above 60, then no hope. We're going to drop. Maybe if we can go higher, we were going to run right into more selling pressure. So I don't see us rallying quite a bit at all. So a little more bearish opportunities. Yet if we could drop down to the 4-hour time frame, see if there's anything we can fine tune here for entries. I definitely see a demand zone for a possible target. That's right here. 1711, 1667. As far as anything else, no, nothing there. Again, that was already tested. The fresher zone, I think this might have been tested too. No, maybe not. We got 2044, kind of the top of the range. If we can get up there for a sell, and then targeting 1711, then 1407. So anyway, that's a little bit of a technical look on some of the cryptocurrencies with the higher time frame using 4 hours and above. Sometimes we did the 1 hour there as well. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe so I know that you're going to be paying attention to me. The next time I put a video out, I'll let you know. Until next time, trade safe, trade well, everyone, and take care.